Howdy, y'all. Thank you for joining me tonight. Wingspan, it's great to see you. Just got my own notification. Okay, hold on here. Anyway, wait for a couple more people. Hi, Jenny. Thank you for joining me tonight. Wait for a couple more people to get in here, and I'll tell you what's on my mind. It's been a really busy week. Hey, Nerdy. Thank you for joining me. It's good of you to be here. Anyway, I have been asked to. I don't know if anybody knows this about me. I used to be in the news business in the 80s. In the 80s, it was, thank you, Wingspan. I'm trying. This last week's been a real rough one. And I figured you guys would rather look at my face than look at my avatar. So, anyway, I finally got to talk to my sister, the one I told you I thought I'd lost. She spent almost the entirety of last month in a coma. I don't need to tell you what it was, but let's just say she has to learn how to speak all over again. It's real hard to understand her, but she's working on it. I'm just glad she's going to be all right. Anyway, enough of that. I don't know if anybody's familiar with Culture Club USA, the channel Culture Club USA. They, the channel is hosted by a young lady by the name of Debrava. We've been talking for a while, and she's been trying to talk me into coming out of retirement. I used to be in the news business in the 80s, like I said, but back then it was, there were people like Don Henley writing songs like Dirty Laundry. And there were newsrooms that I've worked in that the motto of the newsroom is if it bleeds, it leads. No, thanks. I don't. No. I've seen what happens behind the camera in a lot of different industries. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to shine a light on what goes on back there. Which I just noticed I didn't even get my curtain pulled, but that's okay. Can't see back there anyway. The point I'm making here is there have been songs I've written and recorded and never got published, never released. There were news stories that I wrote, had the whole story ready to deliver to the boss in a newsroom, a video newsroom. Oh, we can't publish that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to publish it myself now. I know many of different reporters in the industry that have done just the same. If they can't get the channel they're working for to publish it, they publish it themselves. There's a couple of them that used to publish stories on the side from Arizona Another one from I think South Carolina. I'm not Gem City News. There's another one in Texas. A couple of them I watch in there. These are just news people that are doing their own thing, and they are award-winning news journalists. That's what they do. Anyway, that's kind of what I would like to get back into, but I don't have the equipment. This camera, as you can tell, is 720p. This is the best I can do. I can record a lot of stuff with my phone. I can probably start doing that here pretty quick. What I'd like to do, though, is I've seen it crowdsourced before. What I'd like to do is I'd like to direct subscribers to the new channel. Hello. And here's what we're going to do that. Here's what I'm going to build as a news channel. Oh, wrong tab. Sorry, guys. I'm bouncing around here. There we go. I don't know why I got to do that way, but it's a habit, I guess. There it is. Anyway, I'm trying to send what I can that direction. As soon as I can get to 50 subscribers, I can go live there and start doing my own presentations. I know you are. Thank you, Wingspan. I appreciate it. I'd like to get the word out about this channel. You've been plugging me every time I see you and anybody else's live streams, and I'm you have no idea how grateful I am. Send them to that though, please. I mean, as soon as I can do that, I can go live on that channel, and I can start doing. I'd rather start doing the in-depth news stories that I know I can do, or I used to be able to do. I don't have the voice I used to have before, and I appreciate it, Wingspan. Some of my other friends who are busy tonight haven't been able to show up, but that's okay. That's okay. We all have busy lives. I figure 5 o'clock Thursday night is a pretty good night to do all of this. Not everybody else is doing the live stream at the same time, so I don't want to get in the way of. I support a lot of different civil rights channels. I don't want to get in their way. Journalists. It's a journalist's job to, what do you say, speak truth to power. Shine on. You're a mirror. As a journalist, you're putting a mirror up to government so everybody can see it, so they can see it themselves. Shine a light on it all. I've done that for many years and cut myself into a whole bunch of hot water and never recorded any of it. I'm going to start recording it. Thank you, Nerdy. I appreciate it. If anybody can pass the word, I mean, I don't care if you like me or not. If you think I'm full of hooey, that's okay. Do your own research with what I'm bringing up. I'm the guy in the back up over here in the dark, off stage. I danced on the outsides of it. I never got in that spotlight, but a few times. And those few times, I have to confess something here. I get stage fright in the worst way. As a matter of fact, 10 minutes before coming in here, I'm outside hacking my head off, coughing, laughing, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, I'm getting a notice here that my system is going unstable, which means I'm about to be disconnected. Don't know how to explain it, but we're not alone in this world. I know, Wingspan. I'll be fine, but I need to get. I have a hard time asking for help, and what I'm doing here basically is I'm asking for help. I can't afford. I'm not the guy that can go out and afford to buy a nice high-end camera to shoot videos with, although that's what I'd like to do. Hey, Allie, thank you for joining us. I'm glad you could make it. Anyway, I have a hard time asking for help. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be asking for help. Let's do this right here. Nope. Yep. That'll work. Hey, Ozzy Nathan, thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here, guys. Anyway, I hate to sound like PayPal Patty, but here's how it's going to work. I don't know if this link is going to work or not, but there it is. Oh, hey, let's try that a little different way. Oh, I'm about to lose my connection. Let's do it this way. This might work better. There it is. I just did that wrong. That's all, guys. Anyway, the point I'm making is the big picture. That's been something that Dubrava and I have been working on now for about 6 or 8 months. Life keeps getting in my way. I'm still being treated for cancer. Thank you, Wingspan. I'm still being treated for cancer, although I'm in the remission. I will be given my last treatment in about 4 months, 3.5, 4 months, and monitored for 6 months after that. And then after that 6-month checkup, that's out of the way. I don't have to see a doctor again for another year. I'm healthy. I need to build a life for myself. I'm still young. I still have a life. I still have a fire in my belly. I've got a story to tell. I have a story to tell. I want you to share. I want to share it with you. I mean, I'm not going to give anything up. on the music side for a while because I promised Dubrava an interview. I'm going to do a live interview with Dubrava, and I put a kind of, put a bee in her bonnet. It's time to get busy. We can do this, even if it's pre-recorded. I don't have a problem with it. I've done news before. It's a whole lot, the game is a whole lot different now than it was when I was doing it in the 80s. Production skills, if you're editing consisted of working with a 4-inch wide videotape on a machine that would have taken up most of your living room, one wall in your living room. You're using a grease pencil to mark where you want to make your cut and move to the next section, the next frames, as they call it today. Pull it out, lay it in what they call a splicing block. Cut that tape in that splicing block. Then you go back and you cut the tape again where you marked it earlier. Put it together in that splicing block and use a little bit of I'm hesitant to use a brand name, but Scotch tape, cellophane tape. Just tape it together, and that's your. It's so much different today, and the equipment is so much more complicated. Digitized is supposed. Yeah, that is old school. That is very old school. I mean, I was working in radio when they still used turntables. Yeah. I was working in radio when they were using turntables. That's in the late 70s and early 80s. They're still using turntables. Still using 8-track tapes to do your commercials on. But yeah, I want to learn how to do it the new way because I have a story to tell. The story I have to tell, I don't know if I'm qualified to tell it or not, but I'm going to try. If anybody can help me with it, the help would be greatly appreciated. So where are we at here? 18 minutes. Anyway, guys, follow the links in the chat. That's the best I can do. I'm going to start posting. I'm going to start a community page on the other channel and start posting how things are going as to setting myself up to be able to do better than I can with a 720p. I mean, this is considered old school, and it's only about 8 and 9 years old. It's time to replace it. That's the digital age, though. Things are obsolete within 24 months. It's how come our garbage dumps are so full. Don't get me started on that. Again, guys, thank you for joining me tonight. We've been here for 20 minutes. That's about as long as I can come up with BS. Yeah. I think I'm about. There's somebody out there that told me, I'll say this, and this is why we're doing it this way. Somebody out there told me once about a year ago that if I were to share my experiences, somebody would be thinking I'm crazy. And that's what my rants were about. I made the mistake of bringing up something that happened in my past. A heartache I felt at the loss of a friend. It's too bad he didn't believe me. Yeah, my sister's doing a whole lot better. She's going to be she's still in a nursing home and still in recovery, but She's going to be all right. I'm, as you can tell, a lot of the stress wrinkles that were going on up there were they're a whole lot less this week. I know I spent most of last month looking for her instead of doing things I needed to get done. Anyway, the point I'm making here is everything is on both. Everything you need to get a hold of me is on both YouTube pages. My email address for both pages are on both pages. My PayPal account, whatever you need to do. I appreciate all you can do to get the word out that this is what I would like to do. I don't have the voice I used to have, but I'd like to think that this is working again. Y'all have a wonderful night. Please be safe out there. You have a phone in your pocket. You ever have to deal with something that's really kind of tight? Pull that thing out and record it. I do. Y'all have a great night. Be safe out there.